Good evening. Welcome to the Tupelo City Council meeting, December 1st, 2020. And I just want to say to everyone that we have Christmas in 24 days, and that I hope that y'all will shop local. So anyway, we need that tax revenue. Tonight's invocation will be led by Councilman Marco Whittington, and the Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Travis Beard.
Pray with me. Lord, we pause to give you thanks for all the blessings in life. We ask a special blessing on this nation, on this state, and on this city. Watch over us now as we go about the business of the city, and may our decisions be pleasing to you. In your Son's name we pray. Amen.
Attention. Pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I now call the meeting to order, and I'll call on our Vice President, Mr. Buddy Palmer, for confirmation or amendment to the agenda and the agenda order.
Thank you, Mr. President. At this time, I move to confirm the agenda and the agenda order.
Second.
I have a second by Mr. Jennings. All in favor? Motion carries. We'll move to proclamations, recognitions, and report agendas. Proclamations. Mayor, no proclamation?
I think the mayor's going to speak about it in his report, the proclamation.
Okay. Recognition Boy Girl Scouts, I don't see any. Employee recognitions, there are none. Mayor's public recognitions, Mr. Jennings.
No, I don't have it.
No.
The only thing I'd like to say is that they're fixing to come up during the public hearing, and I've worked out of town, and people read the Daily Journal. It gets a wide circulation, watch WTVA and all that. Is other public officials ask us what major thoroughfare is, and when I tell them, they said, "Man, we ought to be doing that too." But they can't ever get it together to do it. So I'd like to thank Greg and the folks that he's worked with on major thoroughfare, Stewart, Buddy's. Danny Riley, and there's others I know I'm forgetting, but you guys have done a really good job to keep this thing together, and we really appreciate it.
I don't have anything.
I just want to say I hope everyone had a happy Thanksgiving, and we'd like to thank all the different groups for passing out turkeys and other things to make everybody's day real good on eating and fulfilling and thanking God for all the many blessings He has given to us. So I just think this being 220, we've had a whole lot going on. It's going to go down in history, and we just need to be thankful for everything.
Yes. We'll move to the mayor's remark.
Thank you, everybody, and thank you also for accommodating the Zoom meeting for those of us that would prefer to do this virtually. I hope everybody can hear me okay. I'll try to be brief, kind of echo what President Ryan said about Christmas and the joyful time of year, and this year in particular, need an emphasis on shopping locally, and then Councilman Limbrine commenting on recognition of thoroughfare members. Echo those remarks, and thank you, both members of the council, for those statements. Just for purposes of the minute, Minty either has or will have a copy of the proclamations to add to the minutes. And Councilwoman Davis alluded to it, the different groups that have been in town lately. Well, one group, but they came separately, Brothers of Grace Rummer. Not everybody in the room perhaps will recognize the group. It's a young hip hop group, the city of Tupelo, but they're just immensely popular and famous all over the world. They're truly the, sort of group.
Lost them.
Those type of accolades, they're the biggest group to come out of Tupelo since I was president. I was privileged to be able to honor and recognize both members, even though it was separately. We did a proclamation for Sway Day and a proclamation for Slim Jimmy Day. Those are the two Kill and Fleet Browns that are the two brothers that make up the group, Ray Sherman, that grew up here on our street in Tupelo. So I was proud to be able to recognize them. Chris Stratton, a local professional baseball player, was also, and I knew he had been involved in some of the planning. I didn't realize that he was actually in town. I just went out and did the proclamation. So I want to kind of publicly apologize to Chris. I didn't get to see him, but I will do some sort of recognition for him in the future. He's certainly deserving of recognition to Major League Baseball player Chris Stratton. Help with that. Today was able to issue a proclamation honoring Asia Branch. She was Miss All-America City. She was then Miss Tupelo for a year. While she was Miss Tupelo, she became Miss Mississippi. She then became Miss Mississippi USA last year, and this year became the first ever person from Mississippi to win the Miss USA pageant. So that's, she called up the next morning, Good Morning America, in Glamour magazine, and all of the things that she was associated with being Miss USA. She will go on to represent the United States of America in the Miss Universe pageant. So we're proud to be able to recognize just outstanding local talent that really is performing at the highest levels on not just the national stage, but the world stage. So we're proud of the young people from Tupelo continuing to do outstanding things. Want to briefly, I don't have the numbers in front of me. I didn't bring them home, so I apologize for that. Kind of to do an economic report, so I'll do that at the next December council meeting. But even in the midst of COVID, we're down a fraction, but not much. So we just barely missed out on 8 consecutive years of record-breaking sales tax, activity in the city of Tupelo. So even in the midst of COVID-19 global viral pandemic, our local economy is strong. And kind of we'll finish on that. The governor today did another press conference. I think it was added 13 more counties or so to the mask mandates. Of course, Lee County is under the mask mandate, both as a local executive order and the governor's executive order. The numbers are just through the roof. It's a serious issue, will remain a serious issue until the vaccine can be distributed and individuals can be vaccinated. So I don't know that if people watching from home, they're asked that need to continue to wear masks, to avoid crowds, to engage in social distancing, hand washing, those type of things. Because, by all indications that even though the vaccine is literally around the corner, they're starting to make shipments now. Medical personnel, frontline workers will probably be the first to receive it. But even though it's just weeks away, the numbers and the corresponding deaths will get worse before it gets better. So be mindful of that, be mindful of that through holiday gatherings and that type of thing that we have to celebrate this year, being mindful of the global pandemic. That would conclude the mayor's report at this time. Thank you.
Mr.
Thank you, Mayor.
I don't know whether this needs to be mentioned, but the Emmanuel Church of Christ, God in Christ, is having a big celebration on Sunday, and I will be presenting a proclamation and resolution from the city of Tupelo at that event. This church is located on North Green Street. I think it's 75 years old, and I just thought I'd bring that to the attention of everyone.
Okay, thank you. We'll close the regular meeting and open up the public agenda. Public hearings, item 1, in the matter of public hearing, major thoroughfare program, 7 priorities. Anyone here wish to speak on come up to the podium, state your name, address, and you have 5 minutes.
I'm Andy. I'm from the Pontotoc area. I just moved from California like 4 years ago. I got a house that I bought last week, and I got it from a friend, and I didn't find out until that there was a demolition order on the house. I checked the house and everything, and it looks fine.
Okay, excuse me. Sorry to interrupt, but this is public hearing on the matter of Tupelo Major Thoroughfare Program.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
Mr.
Logan, we do not have...
Is this house on Hilda Drive?
Yes.
Okay, we have not initiated we may have sent notice out on that, but it will be at our next meeting, and there will be an opportunity to talk at that time.
Okay.
Yes,
Sorry. What was the next meeting on?
It is the 15th.
15.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. In the matter of public hearing, major thoroughfare, anyone here that wish to speak? Come up to the podium, state your name, address, and you have 5 minutes.
Thank you, sir. My name is Eddie Carnathan. I served as a resident, served on the Thoroughfare Committee at one time, maybe from end of Phase 3 through Phase 5, and was a resident here in the city of Tupelo from 95 to 2015. Now I live I'm a resident of South Tupelo. Was born and raised out at Auburn Road. I-22 crosses Auburn Road and Eastern Boulevard, so I guess I was a resident there before it became part of the city. I just want to thank, as getting the opportunity to serve on the committee some 10, 12 years, I want to thank the council and our mayor, especially Councilman Buddy Palmer, for recommending me to serve. It was quite an honor, and I appreciate that opportunity. I can tell you it is a real task. It's a real job because the thoroughfare program is so important to the city of Tupelo, and it takes time and effort to get an understanding of it and being able to commit to it and help with all the projects that's going forward as a committee member. Needless to say, how much time is needed and is committed by our leadership within the committee. And I can tell you that Greg Purple has done an excellent job. He's been a great leader. You can know this too, not only by what Greg has done and the committee's done, but what the council has done as well. We fixed to vote on Phase 7, and that's a wonderful thing. And the city of Tupelo has really been blessed by those efforts and the projects that has been completed here in those phases. 6 phases coming to an end. There's a lot of people in North Mississippi, and some I've even met in South Mississippi, that's cherished wished they could have this opportunity in their city to have a program like this. I do want to bring to your attention my main thing I want to speak to this evening. You may have noticed in the paper in the last few days, Northern Highway Commissioner was here along with our Senator Chad McMahon, and they were looking at 45 North and also looked at 145 between the city of Tupelo and where it joins 45, because that's a major thoroughfare now with traffic. And they were looking at ways and things they might do to improve that traffic and then design through there and move traffic on through. I do know that in my latter days with the Thoroughfare Committee that the city here and the Thoroughfare Committee did look at that project as a proposed project, at least in the preliminary stage, It is probably, I think, maybe been dropped out for the program for Phase 7. But what I'm going to say is there may be opportunity between MDOT, the city of South Tupelo, the city of Tupelo to connect all the way to 4-lane 45. Very little of that is within the city limits of Tupelo, but you do have a lot of traffic coming up the trace and down the trace and getting off at those intersections and trying to get back into Tupelo on that 2-lane highway right through there, and it does crowd it up. I don't think there needs to be a 4-lane right through Natchez Trace, with Natchez Trace Parkway area, but you do need a turn lane. That probably can be accomplished without additional land rights as well. And we know that would be probably another big issue, and it takes time if you're working with the Department of Interior through the park system to get right-of-ways. I don't think it would take it, but I know that if there's effort between MDOT, there's effort by the city of South Tupelo, and the effort by the Thoroughfare Committee and the city of Tupelo, you may connect that. Then you're going to get a lot of traffic. They come in off the trace there, come into the mall. They come in going to work down 45 and get on 145 and come on into town. And they do that also go into the mall as well, rather than going on down 45 and coming in. Some of them come in that way. It's just major. And I just want to present that to you. And also, again, I want to thank everyone for what we've already done. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else here to speak on the major thoroughfare?
Well, actually, I need to speak on item 8. Is this the wrong time?
No. On what item?
Number 8 on the agenda, under the routine agenda.
Not at this time. We're discussing the matter of public hearing for the major thoroughfare 7 priorities. Anyone else wish to speak on the priorities? We'll move on to item 2 in the matter of public hearing for rezoning. Do I have a motion to table?
Make a motion to table.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Whittington, second by Mr. Bryan to table. All in favor? Motion carries. We'll move to appeals. There are none. Citizens hearings. There are none. We'll close the public agenda and move back into the regular session. Action agenda in the matter of ordinance establishing street improvement priorities for the Tupelo Major Thoroughfare Plan Phase 7.
I so moved.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Davis, second by Mr. Whittington. Mr. Logan?
That is the Phase 7 priorities list. I saw Greg here before. Would you like to address the council on this matter and tell us what the priorities ordinance is?
I appreciate it. I'm Greg Merkel. My address is 4216 Ridgemont Drive. Again, thank you all for your listening to us and entertaining our request at your work session. But tonight, what you see before you is a list of the streets that we would like to have included in the ordinance and that we would like to be improved for Phase 7, as well as a list of the overlay streets that are going to be available for the 25% of the fund to be used at that time. So anything else, Mr. Logan, any questions for me? We appreciate all the support you've always given us. We appreciate the kind words tonight. We appreciate the opportunity to live here and to work with your council. Thank you.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Item 4, in the matter of ordinance for rezoning.
Make a motion to table.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Whittington, second by Coach Beard to table. All in favor? Motion carries. Routine agenda, item 5, in the matter of minutes, November 17, 2020.
I move we approve the minutes.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Palmer, second by Mr. Bryan. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Item 6, in the matter of bill pay.
Mr. President, I make a motion that we will pay bills.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Jennings, who did that second? Mr. Palmer made the second. Any discussion? The bill pay was done by Mr. Willie Jennings, Marco Whittington, and Travis Beard under the watchful eye of Tracy Dillard. All in favor? Motion carries. Item 7, in the matter of advertising and promotional items.
Move that we approve.
Second.
Motion by Coach Beard, second by Mr. Whittington. We have one item, City of Tupelo Thanksgiving ad for $300 to Lee County Courier. Further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Item 8, in the matter of RFP 2020-034 C0 to Syngetics.
I move that we would approve.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Davis, second by Mr. Whittington. Mr. Geis? Synergetics.
Good evening. This RFP is for design, equipment, and installation of a new high-density wireless network for the Coliseum and Convention Center. After an extensive review of all the proposals submitted, we recommend Synergetics for this project.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Item 9, in the matter of CVB minutes, October and November 2020.
Move that we approve. Second.
Motion by Coach Beard, second by Mr. Jennings. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Item 10, in the matter of bid for Bel Air, December 2020.
Make a motion, we reject the bid.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Whittington, second by Mr. Bryan. We rejected this bid because the bid came in over, and it came in over 10%. So we are rejecting it, and we're going to look at, have a work session and take another look at it, and we'll move forward from there. Any other discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Item 11, in the matter of approval of final loan agreement for SRF loan SRF-C280885-07.
I move that we would approve the final loan agreement.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Davis, second by Coach Beard. Mr. Timmons.
Council, back in December of 2017, you approved me to apply for a loan, a state revolving fund loan for upgrade to 5 lift stations in the city. We actually applied for $3 million. These projects actually ended up coming in at the final construction of $2,495,797. And this loan also is a 1 3/4% loan. I just need your approval to finalize the agreement.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 12, in the matter of ratification of bid number 2020-030MT for Jackson Street Improvement, Coley Air Park Road.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Whittington, second by Mr. Bryan. Mr. Bond.
Good evening. This job was awarded October the 6th by the council and approved. We're just asking that you ratify this so we can sign the document and return to the contract.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Thank you. Item 13, in the matter of TRA minutes, November 19, 2020.
Move that we approve.
Second.
Motion by Coach Beard, second by Mr. Palmer. Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Item 14, in the matter of change order number 2, Cook and Sons.
I move we approve this change order.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Palmer, second by Mr. Jennings. Mr. Bonds?
Actually, this is Debbie Brandenburg.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hello, Debbie. I did not see you up there. Your name's not popping up, but go ahead.
This is change order number 2, for Cook and Son for Phase 4 infrastructure in Fair Park. Change order number 1 was a deduct of $11,754. This change order is an add of $9,200 to complete some work that was needed to tie all the phases together. And even with this add change order, we're still under the original budget.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Item 15, in the matter of...
Thank you.
Thank you. Item 15, in the matter of revision of employee handbook policy number 502.
I move that we would approve the revision of the employee handbook.
Second.
Policy 502.
Motion by Ms. Davis, second by Coach Beard. Mr. Logan?
This is, earlier this year, there was an Attorney General's opinion requiring the used vehicle policy governing use of vehicles by the city, by city employees, and the city would be spread on the minutes of the city council, and we are proposing the vehicle policy be inserted into the personnel handbook so that each employee understands what to do and what not to do.
Any discussion? I just want to say before we move on and I call for a vote that we had a agenda review work session on this item yesterday, and that we digested pretty good, and we talked about it. So I want to thank the administration for taking a look at this and putting it in the handbook. All in favor? Motion carries. Item 16, in the matter of appointment for Election Commission.
Make a motion we approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Whittington, second by Mr. Palmer. Mayor Shelton? Your appointment for the Election Commission?
Yes, I'm sorry, I couldn't get off mute. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Sorry about that. Dr. Price is well known by everybody on the council. This is the Ward 4 recommendation or nomination. Even though Dr. Price does not live in Ward 4, that's an acceptable thing for the election commission. You know, it's 5 members. Dr. Price, though, of course, is a minister of the church here in the city of Tupelo. He's also very well known, very involved in the community. He's the chairperson of the outreach task force. He's involved in homelessness efforts. Really, most all the community projects we're doing, he's involved in that. He did our virtual Thanksgiving program this year, so I think it'd make a great addition to that. We will have one coming up for Ward 5, next meeting, probably Councilman Palmer and I are working on that matter. But at this time, with respect to the request, the confirmation, the nomination of Dr. Price to the election.
Thank you, Mayor Shelton. Further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. We'll move to item 17, in the matter of temporary change of location of voting for Ward 1, Precinct 1, from Bel Air Center to American Legion Post 49.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Whittington, second by Mr. Bryan. We are changing this location because we are planning on possibly having construction at Bel Air during voting time, so we're changing this location. Further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Item 18, in the matter of change of location of voting for Ward 3, Precinct 4, from Old Lee County Courthouse to Calvary Baptist Church Family Center.
Move we approve. Second.
Motion by Coach Beard, second by Mr. Jennings. On this location, we are changing it. I believe Don said that the county asked us to take a look at it. I think the county at the last voting changed it up. We're changing it due to COVID because there's more room at Calvary Baptist Church. And due to COVID and the spacing and everything, that's why we're changing it. And if I'm not mistaken, it used to be at Calvary several years ago. Further discussion?
Mr. Bryant, just to clarify what you were saying, you said because of the COVID now, is that temporarily or permanent? Because it don't say temporarily.
Oh, this is permanent, yes.
Okay.
Thank you for bringing that up. The item 17, the other one that we just approved is temporary. This one will be permanent because it's just more room and more space.
I think they had already moved one precinct from down there and moved to St. Paul Christian Life Center, so they probably just finalized and everything.
Yes. Further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. We'll close the regular session and move to the study agenda. And S1, in the matter of resolution calling and providing for holding of a special election within the city limits of Tupelo, Mississippi, to determine if the city of Tupelo shall increase the limitations prescribed in section 27-39-312 Mississippi Code of 1972 as amended, to authorize continuing special levy of 10 mills of ad valorem tax upon the taxable property within the city limits of Tupelo for the fiscal year beginning October 1, 2021, and for each of the next 4 years succeeding financial years thereafter. The total receipts from each special levy to be used for the purpose of street improvements, including construction, improving or paving streets, sidewalks, driveways, parkways, walkways, or public parking facilities, and purchase land therefore.
Move it up.
Move it up.
Move it up.
Item 2, in the matter of nuisance property ordinance.
Move it up.
Move it up.
Move it up.
Move it up.
Mr. Logan, there's no executive session.
President Bryan, there's no need for an executive session tonight.
Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I make a motion that we adjourn.
Motion by Mr. Jennings, second by Mr. Palmer to adjourn. All in favor? All opposed? You can stay. Thank y'all for coming. Thank y'all, Major Thoroughfare Committee.